Okay, let's. Ow! Something caught my throat right as I started talking. Let's begin this sortie. Hive interception, mobile defense. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Okay. Now, what I would like to talk about today is nothing as serious as what it was as the topic of yesterday. It is a simple topic of money. And I'm talking about cold, hard cash. I'm not talking about no credit cards, no pieces of plastic that have I was going to say internet value, but it's weird. Because technically it does have cash behind it to an extent. But nonetheless, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that cold, hard cash. So, when it comes to me, I like to never, ever, ever spend my money ever. Which I am a very big cheapskate. And that's really it. I am a very big cheapskate. It's like the reason I have a good amount of like money saved up that I've been like using for college and things, and I've been saving up for many a year now. Really, that was low enough to kill me. Oh, whoa! It can be damaged. But because I've been saving for so long, I do have like a decent amount in my bank. And yeah. Now it's saying I'm not really talking about like direct bank money and like credit cards and things like that. I am just talking about legit cash. Now, usually I don't really know what I want to talk about specifically with it. It's just kind of in general, like most of my things are. But oh wait, I went away. God dang it! Where the heck is the entrance? Oh well, here's the tumor node. So good work for making it angry. Two optic cores. So, we get back to the money topic. People, like, really, honestly, there's a lot of different money. And by this, I mean, like, okay, not a lot of different money, but in, like, this world, money is definitely, like, even in smaller amounts, can turn into larger amounts. And even if you have, like, a daily bill of some sort, like let's say every day you go to McDonald's, because we have a few regulars that I usually see like once a day to once every other day type deal. And like usually they get like a couple dollars worth of food, like only like $3. But like $3 every day, it is still a lot of money. And that can like stack up and build real fast. So for me, it's just like, why do you people like spend this money? Like I'm always one this, like I was saying earlier, I save everything. I try to never actually buy anything, and I just don't understand why these people want to spend all of their money on something as like simple as fast food and McDonald's. And like I always agree with like saving as much money as possible. But like honestly, I do understand that like yeah, to an extent it's hard to save to these insane amounts that I've really gotten to. And even then it's like a couple thousand, yeah, like, to you it looks pretty good, but, like, in general, it's really not. Like, yeah, you'd be happy holding those couple of thousands, but at the same time, like, if you think of how much money, like, a company spends all the time, or how much money other groups spend just to like do their basic functions and things that they usually do, it's always like insane amount. Like if you look at movie production, it takes like $1 million just to make one movie. Which, yeah, I understand a movie is like a lot of work, but it's $1 million. And then they need to make back that money through like selling the movie around the world and all. And it could go very bad from them not making up the money. And like so on and so forth.
Another job well executed.
And to me, like, I'm always, as I said, I'm always a cheapskate. I'm always going to go for the lowest sale, the lowest this, the lowest that. Unless, like, there's a problem with whatever the heck it is. Like, let's say if I started working in a chemical factory, I wouldn't go for, like, the cheapest route maybe there, because that would probably be, like, dumping it into an ocean somewhere or something like that. Instead of, like, properly getting rid of everything. And because of that, so, like, that's one thing I wouldn't really do. Gosh dang it, I hate interceptions. But besides that, when it comes to, like, eating, I will always eat at home. I never ever eat out, and if I ever do, it's usually with, like, family, and I make them pay. And, yeah, like, I just, to me, saving money and just doing these things is just, like, what you're supposed to do. There is like one thing that I would say that I do spend a lot of money on, and that is games and then like college. I guess like college really doesn't fully count, honestly. Like maybe it does, but I would kind of argue because that is like education and everything. And yeah, and like because that's education, I can understand if like people would say things like
We are dominating. Keep it up.
like that it really doesn't count as like an expense and things. Well, it still isn't like an expense, but that it's like a necessary one. But now, can I tell you, like, that's just, like, my opinion, and I think that it is, like, a necessary expense, but at the same time, paying the, $3,000 for my, college is not the funnest thing in the world. Now, I will admit that, like, $3,000 is, like, very, very little compared to, like, what other colleges charge and everything, but mine is just, like, a branch campus. It's not really the main campus. What's funny is the fact that they don't consider themselves a branch campus, though. They just kind of say that they don't like consider themselves to not be the main campus. It's really weird.
Keep fighting.
There we go. Oh my goodness. Why are there so many parasitic guys around here? Stop taking my energy. So, but I don't know about you, but I love just like legitimately just holding money in my hand. Like one thing that I really just want to do just for kicks and giggles is I want to like grab a lot of money and just hold it. Like, just take all the money out of my bank account and just hold it. Why? Just because. Because to me, it is just a fun thing to do. And I think a lot of people would agree with me that it is just a fun thing to do. I'm not to the Mr. Krabs level of I want to bathe in my money, nor do I think I would ever actually do that. But at the same time, you know, I'm still open to the option if I get rich. Or it could be like from Peter Griffin and try to swim in gold and break a ton of my bones because it's a solid. Okay. But I just... Oh, wow.
Sure the enemy never receives it.
Mother flipper. When it comes to money, I would say that I've always been like pretty smart with my money. I don't really spend anything except for like the leisurely thing, as I was saying before, which is games. Now, part of this is because of just like things like this. Like I want to be able to produce Let's Plays and so on with YouTube, which was the Monster Hunter and all that. But then I also want to be able to just like have a good time and play games like God of War. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to do a Let's Play on it, but I'm going to enjoy every second of that game.
Tower lost.
That game is both for enjoyment and for pleasure, because that game is it's gonna be a good game. You can tell that much. You can already tell that it's gonna be like less of a hack and slash than any of the previous God of Wars, but like I have no problems or quarrels with this at all. So as long as it is a good game, which from what I've seen so far, it is going to be a good game.
We are dominating. Keep it up.
And then I was saying, back to the money topic, that like I hate when people say things like the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and I just want to be like, why? Like it's not just because of laws. Like, you know that the rich are taxed a considerable amount more. It is not just laws. It's because they've done really something. Like I'm not full. I agree that like yes, they have quite a bit of money and just like things like that, but I don't agree with us just saying like, oh, we need to tax them more and so on and so forth because they're already rich. It's like, we already tax them a ton more than you guys get taxed. Why would we tax them even more? It's like, because they still have too much money. It's like, so we're gonna punish them for having money? We're gonna punish them for making a business and being smart? Because like and I thought we awarded that stuff. Oh my god.
Lost control of a tower.
I hate how many parasites spawn through whenever it's in the infected. But like up until we always would like reward that type of behavior, like anything that you do smart and so on and so forth. You get trophies, you get this, you get that. Like something that my family does to like help encourage my niece and nephew to like do better in school is like for every test they do well and they get like an A, or they get an A, they get like $1, and like so on and so forth. And that's really, it hasn't like fully encouraged them, and at the same time like What? How? There was not anyone on either thing. That makes no sense. And like when it comes to this, like when it comes to the money, they get money for doing these things. I don't understand why people would like talk some more because of doing these things, these smart things to do. I wish I could have energy ever. Be really nice.
The enemy have captured a tower.
And
Tower online.
And I think that like there are so many ways that you could make money. Oh wow, that's probably why someone got probably stuck inside this stupid thing.
The message. Clear the area.
And whatever the heck. So like there are so many ways that you can make money now. You can do just so many different things. There is like the average way of like getting a job, getting a career, maybe having multiple jobs if they're only like little jobs. Like currently I have McDonald's, but then I also have like my college. Now in the future when I plan on like moving out, like obviously if I'm not expecting to get a job like right away with like business and things like that. But at the same time, I do plan on like it, but if I need to like have more money and like so on and so forth because I can't pay the bills or things like that, I'll get like multiple jobs if I really need to. And then because of the way I am, I'll save up every penny. I won't live on like exactly what I make. I'll live on like I'll have what I make, and then I will do whatever the heck it's called. Like I'll try to have a little bit extra every day or every month. That way, at like the very end, when that way I'm still like saving up money. And just like things like that are just like little smart ways that you can do that you can save money and things like that. It's just like try not to live on what exactly you're making. Try to live with some extra. And then there's just the fact that like and then like what I do right here, like through YouTube. Like yes, currently this doesn't make me anything at all. But like maybe in the future it has a possibility of actually, why are you not getting damage from me? It does have a possibility of making money in the future. I do need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 total watched hours. Which honestly like really isn't all that much if you really think about it, because even if you only watch the stream highlights, which are only like 10 minutes long, all you have to do is watch like one of those a day for, let's say 40 people watch that a day. So that would be 40, 10 times 40, that's 400. That's 400 minutes alone from 40 people in one day. Now, if they do that for 40 days, like, it's just going to keep getting more and more and more, depending on, like, both people, time, everything. And, like, so on and so forth. So, really, that isn't that much. Getting a little off topic with that. But, like, see, like, YouTube is one more way of making money. And then you can also do, like, PewDiePie, actually. If you, like, go back to any of his videos, he originally, like, released art. He would make, like, backgrounds and things for computers. And that's what he did to make money, and that's how he, like, got a little bit well known. And like you could do that, like anyone really could do that. Yeah, it might not look the best, but like with these art things, you can just go onto like any sort of painting thing and just combine a whole lot of like shapes and triangles and all that stuff into some weird looking thing, which people might like and start buying, depending on like what you're selling it through and all.
Enemy to learn of our espionage.
Uh,
Eliminate the remaining enemy personnel.
that's yeah. Like and you can do like all of these things at once, really. Now, yeah, you're gonna have no life. Like currently me, I do not have much of a life. I stream for at least like an hour a day.
That was a close one.
I play video games a ton for both recording purposes and for personal enjoyment, and just like so on and so forth. And because of that,
Loaded the enemy transmissions.
like I really don't have much of a life, but at the same time, I have a lot of potential to actually be making a pretty reasonable profit through like Twitch and YouTube. Now, yes, this needs to this is gonna take time, obviously, but at the same time, I'm okay. Like I got time, and I'm gonna spend doing it. Mobile defense. And then with money, you have to, even like after you make it, as I was saying, you have to be smart with it. like rich people. Most of the time, yes, like through business decisions and things like that, they'll try to take the easier way out, the way that causes them like less money. And just like less taxes on this, less taxes on that. Just like that's what they're gonna try to do. Why? Because it's gonna save them money. Every penny you save is still a penny more that you'd have,
This is a
or that you
mobile
have.
defense mission.
So even if you like think of this shipment of goods is going to cost the company
Resistance.
$300. If I do it through this group, and it will cost me $290 if I do it through this group. And the drawback is that the 290 group will not visit this last place. This last place usually doesn't sell very much to nothing at all. So then take the 290 route, and you'll still get like a reasonable profit and everything, like so on and so forth. Like you really need to like weigh all your options and realize
Fight to draw it out.
what's happening and why it's happening. Ah, shit. Gosh darn it. And my foot fell asleep. Now it's a little
Still
tingly.
working on it. Continue to defend.
But just like doing these things, yeah, as I said, they're going to be time consuming. It's going to be hard, but it's still going to, oh my god, let me move. Still going to save you and whatever company you have on money.
Terminal hacked.
And money, even though like, yeah, people always say things like money can't buy happiness and money can't do this. Like, you're right, it can't do this, but at the same time, it's still very useful to have. And then, like, you're right, it can't buy you, like, true happiness, but at the same time, it can buy you things that can cause you to be happy. Such as, like, for me, what would be games.
There is a terminal. Get me in. And
What the,
get ready to defend.
why did I just get killed? Well, not really killed, but like, dissipate.
This will take a moment.
But
Multiple biosignatures detected.
just
We've got
like
infested
money is very, very useful and can help you in a variety of ways. Yeah, I'm not a big person on like, yeah, money can do this, 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 and this for you, but I'm not gonna say like you should always be a cheapskate and try to save off every penny and like blah 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 blah. And just like never try to give money to anyone. I'm not gonna say something like that. Don't try to be like some super shallow person that doesn't like use their money for anything but themselves and just randomly to make themselves happy. Whoa, God, okay. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, like, you need to make sure you're pretty lenient with your money, honestly. Like, just spending it all willy-nilly, you're gonna run out. Like, even if you win the lottery, that money is gonna dissipate. Oh my God, what was hitting me? Where did these guys come from? Ah, they're abandoning me. I can't fully blame them. I understand.
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare to defend. I'm in.
What the heck was that?
This will take a moment.
Like, did everyone else see me twitch out there? But, like, yeah, I'm not trying to say the money should be the most important thing in your life or anything like that, but I'm just trying to be like, be smart with your money. Don't do stupid things. Don't buy stupid things. Don't do stuff like that. And I would say, like, honestly, it will really, like, help in, like, aspects of your life to cause, like, less stress and so on and so forth. Like, a ton of people always complain about how little money they have, and because of this they can't pay the bills and blah 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 blah, and because of that how difficult everything is. Like, well, then sorry to tell you this, but then be smarter with your money. Like, if
The odds were
honestly, I don't
against
even know
us
what I'm
tonight,
doing anymore.
but we did it. Mission complete.
Zoom with that. But then when it comes to, like, money, like, then be smart with your money. Don't know what to tell you besides that.
Another job well
And I understand that there are expenses that you're just gonna have to do, and that if you don't have food, you're gonna have to buy food from here and here. I'm not saying you can't ever treat yourself. Like, every now and then go out to dinner. Yes, you should spend a little bit of money here and there just to kind of, like, make yourself happy and, like, so on and so forth. Make sure you have the money to spend, and make sure that even if you go out and treat yourself, that you're still going to have something left in the bank. And don't treat yourself every other week. Treat yourself like once a month, every 3 weeks, something like that. Try to be very not frequent with it. Oh God, I have 3? What? When did this happen? Now I'm not one of those big people that are like, sell all your old things and blah blah blah. I don't really agree with that fully. Like, there's been a few times where it's like, huh, if I sold all of these things, I could make this, and this. And I don't really agree with that fully. I was a bit more open to the idea, like, many years ago, but, like, now I think just, I don't have, like, hoarder tendencies, but at the same time, I'm not, oh my God, I have 8 of these and they just aren't finished. But at the same time, I do definitely, like, keep things that I really don't need. And, like, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, this has been the money topic. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time, and I bid you all adieu. Goodbye!